Hi everyone, it's Phan here, realtor in Tampa Bay, Florida. Today I would like to share some of the ideas, some of the criteria that I'm looking at when I'm investing into real estate. I am a realtor in Tampa Bay, Florida, but I also a real estate investor. I love real estate because of all of the benefit that it brings to all the investors that invest into it for a long term. So first thing I look at is the property is in a good location, because if the property is not in a good location, of course you will have hard time dealing with tenants. Of course you cannot get a very good rent out of the property, and you always have to deal with tenants that are trouble in a very bad neighborhood, not paying, and you have to do eviction, and you always have to get call from police or neighbors and stuff like that. The second thing that I'm looking at is the area is a good appreciation area, because you cannot sometimes when you invest into property that have cash flow, that doesn't mean that it will have very good appreciation. Good appreciation property, of course, is going to be more expensive, but in the long run it will double or triple in price in the long term. Then that's going to be the criteria that I consider buying into a real estate property, investment property. And the third thing that I look at is the area is a very good rental. Is there a high demand in the area, such as rental is always depend on it is a good access to the highway, very close to all the business, or is there a lot of work like hospital jobs or factory and stuff like that. It will draw a lot of the population into the area. Then it's going to be having high demand for rent, and when there's high demand for rent, then of course you will have very high chance of get the property rent out 100% out of the year, and there's going to be less percentage of the non-occupancy time, vacancy time, I mean. So if the property have a very good occupancy time and high desirable for rental, then that's definitely the area that I wanted to get into. The reason why is if the property sits empty for a couple months and then you have to make your mortgage payment, that's going to be a loss for your investment. So if of course when you put your money into investing, you don't want to lose money. You want to have the tenant to pay off your mortgage payment. So if the rent is very high demand, you can also have higher rental price. Like for right now at the moment, it's like rental market is like go up in like 7% per year. So that's if I invest into a real estate property, I want that to stay true, and I also want a whole lot of demand for the rental area that I invest into. So the third thing that I look into is cash flow. Let's say if the market is going down, and then I have a cushion right there with like at least $400-500 per month per unit, then I still have a little bit of gap there to make up for the amount that I have to pay per month from the mortgage payment, even if the market is going down. So those are the three things that I really wanted to look into in order to decide if I wanted to invest into the real estate or the properties that I wanted to invest into. And of course there's also other factors, just like the area, if there is like upcoming area, anything that's going on in the area, how comfortable it is, how the city, how the government is developing any road or side street that is not fixing, that is like things like that. Or also good school area is a very good factor as well to decide if the area is high demand and appreciate well, stuff like that. So yeah, real estate investing, of course, is a long term investment. You don't think of it at investing for a day and then look at it at the next month to see how well it's doing and everything, and then think, oh, it didn't do that well. No, it's a long term investment. So if you invest into real estate, you have to look at it at least for want to keep it for at least 10 to 15 years. And of course you can 1031 exchange from one property to like different property that make better cash flow or better appreciation later on. But you don't invest into it thinking that you only keep it for 1 or 2 years. You will actually lose money out of it if you investing that way into real estate. So yeah, it's always my number one goal is to own more real estate outright, and have create more passive income so I can get out of my, daily job, and I have the option of, working or not working later on in life, and have more time to enjoy, time with my family or time for myself and my hobby. All right, again, this is Julie Phan, a realtor in Tampa Bay, Florida. If you need any help with listing or selling real estate or buying real estate in this area, please feel free to contact me. Phone number is 319-400-8848. Thank you and have a great one.